Chrissy Swan Show.
When has your parent inadvertently, accidentally, but with good intentions, tried to kill you? And I ask this question without fear or favour because turns out I tried to kill my son on the plane home from Bali.
What did you
Completely
do?
by mistake. So Kit, my middle son, is allergic to shellfish.
Yes.
And as is like, he was diagnosed with it 4 years ago and then we never went anywhere without an EpiPen and blah, blah, blah. As things happen, 4 years in, we never remember the EpiPen.
No.
We'll do a cursory question if we're asked at a restaurant, are there any allergens? We go, no. And then we go, oh, yeah, that's right. You'll die if you eat a prawn. That's right. Yeah. No,
But
I do remember that.
I get it. When you're so far away from the incident where you found out that this is an issue,
Yeah.
it kind of just doesn't seem that serious anymore.
That's right. So we've hit complacency. Anyway, we're on the plane on the way home, and there was a choice of meal. Right, there was a chicken galangal or something, like a chicken curry,
Yeah.
or a spinach ravioli. Anyway, Kit was in the seat behind me.
Okay.
Right, so I like to overhear my children interacting with strangers. I really love it so much because I want to know if they can do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Did I raise them right?
Yeah. Does he make sense? Is he like looking at them in the eye, all that stuff? And
Yep.
he is chef's kiss. Anyway, so he's having a chat with the flight attendant and I hear him say, and I was so impressed, I hear him say, I like the sound of the chicken, but would it have any shellfish in it? He asked.
Good on him.
I know, because he must have known that I didn't have his EpiPen and he was 10,000 feet in the air.
And he doesn't want to die today.
He doesn't want to die today. No. So he's asked her. She said, I'll go and check. She came back, and then by that stage, I'm reading a book and I didn't hear the answer. But I'm guessing chicken curry, there's no shellfish in it.
Yeah.
Good on him for asking. Anyway, the meals come. I had ordered the chicken curry. He had ordered the ravioli. And he said to me, I'm trying the ravioli. I said, oh, that looks great. Anyway, the chicken was really, really good, and I love to share everything with my kids. So I had a few mouthfuls, and then I said to him,
Oh, no.
I know. I said to him, do you want some of this? I've finished and it's good. You'll love it. He goes, yeah, great. I hand it over to him. He puts a huge mouthful in his mouth and then he looks at me and he goes, hang on. Is this the curry with shellfish in it?
Oh, no.
And I went, no. Anyway, he spits it out. He goes, it's got shrimp paste in it. You're trying to kill me.
Oh, did you die?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I nearly died, but he actually
You could
nearly
have
died.
died.
Yes.
And did the air hostesses or anyone else around you see the
Nobody
commotion?
saw, nobody panicked, nobody called, docs or whatever. And it turns out that there was no reaction at all. Like, I thought, oh, maybe...
A bit itchy, bit of redness.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. So I don't even think there was shrimp paste in it. Or maybe he's not anaphylactic
I was
after
gonna
all.
say, he was really turning it up that last Christmas.
But what if something had happened?
That would have
been absolutely out of my, that was not my intention.
Dying on a plane is grim. You have to
Very grim.
13, 24,
Oh my
10.
God.
Have your parents accidentally tried to kill you? We're
Yeah.
going to take your calls next.
Like my friend who grew up in the 70s, diagnosed asthmatic with 2 chain-smoking parents. It's like, hello.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're talking about all those amazing, fun times in childhood when your parents accidentally tried to kill you. I mean, I grew up in a dangerous time, Jack, in the 70s. Like there were sometimes no seatbelts. You were
Yeah.
sleeping in the back. It was risky.
Is there something that sticks out to you with your parents?
Yeah. So my dad made a go-kart.
Right.
So my dad, the major, he's had many incarnations, but right at the beginning of it, he's a mechanic. So he was an army mechanic. So he knows how to build and everything with cars, everything.
What an
engines.
impressive man.
He's a very impressive man, a wonderful, wonderful brain. Anyway, for fun on a weekend, I would have been 5. Do you know how small a 5-year-old is?
Tiny.
Tiny, like little bird bones. He built me a go-kart with an actual engine out of just 2 pieces of plank
Epic.
and a fruit box, and it was doing maybe 60 kilometres down a vertiginous court on asphalt. And if I had pulled the weird little steering wheel on pulleys 1 inch to the left, I would have been absolutely flattened by it. Well, I would have been
All over.
thrown into a tree. Yeah. Like
It's-
that is, there was no helmet, no seatbelt, nothing.
Just going for it.
Just me on a plank of wood with an engine.
I remember being 5 and on Fraser Island with my dad and my uncle Chris, and we were 4-wheel driving.
Yeah.
And there were a few times I remember watching their faces and the car was about to flip. And I'm just in the back at 5 or 6, too scared to speak, being like, do you guys care that you're about to kill me? Like,
you
it's
would've-
fun for you.
You would have been the smallest
I
little
was.
doll-like person.
I just wanted to listen to my Delta Goodrum Discman back in the hotel.
Oh my God, of course you
13,
did.
24, 10. When did your parents accidentally try to kill you?
Natasha, do we need to put you on watch or something here? What's going on?
I think you need to put my mum on watch.
What's she doing?
So I'm an adult, and as an adult, my mum tried to kill me because she bought me a voucher for dolphin swimming. for
Oh,
myself and my husband.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, but I can't swim. So I opened it up on Christmas Day and read the voucher and thought, wow, this is really nice. And my husband sort of looked at me and I looked at him and then I said, but Mum, you realise I can't swim. So, you know, and we didn't even see dolphins on the day that we went out on the boat. So the whole thing was just a bit of a flop, really.
Maybe she was just hoping that they would be those clever trained dolphins that can like pick up balls and stuff. They just pull
yeah,
you
like
along.
at SeaWorld.
Yes,
Yeah, SeaWorld.
yes.
Priceline pharmacy voucher for you,
Imagine
Natasha.
if you jumped in and just sunk like a stone on Mum. Hey,
grim.
Leonie.
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Jack.
Hey, Leonie.
Hi. Now, what did your dad get up to?
Oh, look, you know, he was a typical handyman and always doing something around the house.
Yeah.
And I was only a teenager at the time, but he was working on a metal fence, like he was doing some welding, and he calls me over because, you know, I'm always happy to help. And he goes, can you just hold these two bits together? And then I wasn't even thinking, and I don't know if he was thinking either. And I've got no gloves on or anything, and he's tapping away with a welder, and every time I got this jolt, this shock, and I've had to say to him, I said, what's going on, you know? So I still to this day don't know whether he did it just to give me, you know, the stir.
I don't think he meant to electrify you.
Also, the idea that you're standing there still holding on to it, going, what's going on? You poor thing. Priceline pharmacy voucher for you, Leonie.
But I don't think you realise the power and fury of a 1970s dad, Jack.
No, I wouldn't.
Specifically a 1970s or 80s dad. They were so quick to lose their temper with you.
Right.
That I would have done exactly what Leonie did. My hands could have been on fire, and I'm like, I can't let my dad know because he's an angry 70s dad. Hi, Beck.
Hi.
Hi. What happened when your mum was driving you to dance class?
Oh, so yeah, she was really distracted. I don't know that she realised where she was going. She turned down a one-way street, and we ended up having a head-on collision with another car.
Oh my God, Beck, that's very serious.
Yeah, I know, but we're all okay. But I did get some whiplash on the day.
No
And
shit.
did she say to you, like most mums do, Beck, why didn't you tell me it was a one-way street? It was always our fault, you know?
Yeah, and a few swear words.
I bet, my God.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Did you know that I've got a podcast? It's called the Chrissy Cast.
Yes.
You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. And there's an episode going to air on Friday. And I blow Dave Thornton's mind with a fact that I thought everybody knew. So we're going to play a round of what did your friends not know that you could not believe? 13 24 10, give us a call. And he joins us now. Hello, Dave Thornton.
Hello, Chrissy. Hello, Jack.
Hey,
How are
Thorno.
you?
Now, I just want to tell you, you are live on air, so no the fruity language, please.
Oh, you know me so well.
Hey,
I feel like when your mate's in the car with their kids and then very quickly like, hey, just speak nicely.
Yeah, we are. I always answer the phone going, "Oh, hello, I'm in the car with Leo." Or, yeah.
Speaking of fruity, Thorno, before we get to this story, I just want to talk about your contact photo that you've picked for yourself on your iPhone.
Yeah, what about it, Jack?
It's fruity in a sense that you look like you've just murdered someone in the bush and have taken a selfie. And I just want to give you that feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, now the ATO's onto me. But then secondly, I thought it was all right, but here I am getting thrown under the bus.
No, you look like an emu that accosted me in my car.
Well, this doesn't paint a good picture at all, if I've got to be honest.
Well, let's move on to something a lot more wholesome. I remember you and I were discussing how unsettling it is when you have to go to a supermarket that isn't your regular supermarket. And we both wander around going, where's the bickies? And then I said to you, Dave.
You said to me that at the end of every aisle, there is a red, well, not even a folder, just a two-sided piece of Perspex hanging from a chain, and it will tell you where everything is sitting in the aisle. And it blew my tiny mind apart.
And you had no idea that this community service existed, and you went straight to the supermarket to check, and you sent me a photograph of you also looking like an emu with the piece of Perspex.
Okay, this has now hit me a few times. It shows that I'm incompetent with a small head on my neck. But then, but yeah, Jack, I've sent it not once but twice now. I think could even be 3 times to Chrissy. Every time it blows my mind apart because I have meandered I'm 44. I've spent a good close to 3 decades just walking around supermarkets going, I don't know, where's the baked beans? Tell me where this thing is.
I love sussing that clipboard. It's fun.
It's the best.
No, but Chrissy, do you remember on the podcast, I brought it up because I said there should be like a Google Maps for supermarkets when you go to a new supermarket.
Yes.
And I thought it was the greatest invention I'd ever thought of. And then you said, there is. There's just a map at the end of every aisle.
There is. It's a little bit more analog than a Google map, but it is still a map. Have you also played that wonderful game where the actual specific thing that you want isn't listed, so you've got to sort of check the vibe?
Yes.
If you were setting out the supermarket where you would put the chipotle mayo
Or the polenta. That's what I'm like, where would they
Yes.
put the polenta?
with the rice and the flour. Yeah.
Thorno, we love you. Thanks for coming on. I can't wait to see your new contact photo because it needs to be changed.
Thank you for humiliating me, guys.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
If you're just tuning in, you missed the gorgeous Dave Thornton.
Grab the podcast.
He is a grown man. And his face when I told him that at the end of the aisle in every supermarket in every city in the country, there is a list of where to find what it is that you want. He had no idea. So we're asking you, 13 24 10, what is the little tidbit that blew your friend's mind when they found out? Hello, Emma.
Hello.
What is your friend Jenna on about here?
So the saying, it's a bit nippy, she thought it was, it's a bit nipply.
Well, a lot of people do say that, and I don't know where it came from.
Say nipply.
Yes.
I've
yes.
never heard that.
I have heard that.
Really?
Have you heard it, Tom? People say, oh, it's a bit nipply.
No, because it's nippy, right?
It is nippy, but also when it is cold, you can get a bit nipply as well. I understand where that comes from.
Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Emma.
Hey, Stace.
Hi.
What did your friend Danielle think?
She thought that The Big Bang was just a TV show.
The Big Bang Theory. So how did it sort of unfold? Like, I love that moment that your friend realises something.
Well, first off, she thought, was at work years ago, and every Friday, because she thought that the Great Wall Trial was actually built to keep the rabbits out.
Oh, from that famous ad. Oh, my God.
Yes. So then every kind of Friday we would do a what does Danny not know?
Oh!
Bit of corporate fun.
Yeah, she thought it was hilarious. It was, it wasn't mean or anything. But yeah, and then so, the fact that she thought rabbits were kept out of China with the wall, and then, people just started saying stuff, and that was one that just stuck in my head.
Fantastic. You've just faded her down. I mean, I would give anything to be like Danielle. She sounds like such a sweet kid,
Poor Stacey, Priceline Pharmacy voucher. Imagine sitting through Stacey telling you that segment at the office.
All right. Shazia, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What did your friend Jackie think?
So she thought that chicken salt actually contained chicken, and she hasn't ever tried it before because she doesn't eat meat. And we all told her, no, it's got nothing to do with chicken.
Well, I sort of see where she's coming from. I would have assumed that there was some sort of chicken extract.
Same, Shazia. That's kind of blown my mind.
Yeah.
Well, because, I was like almost today years old when I looked at the ingredients on my favourite stock cubes, chicken stock cubes. There's no chicken in them either, and there's no beef in the beef stock cubes.
But you would assume so.
You would assume so.
Tricking us.
Tricky.
Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Shazia. Let's finish with Natalie Swanee.
Hi, Natty.
Hi, how you going?
Good. What did Jess not know?
That the J is silent in jalapeno and fajitas.
So does she say jalapeno and fajitas?
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't realise until we were in a Mexican restaurant ordering some food and we all turned and looked at her.
Did she get deported?
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.